It's got the long news cable, it's got the padded ear cups, it's got the fake marble headband. Oh wait. Anyways.
It's the HD600 by old mate Senny.
What's up guys, I'm Aaron the Tech Guy, but you know what I'm not? An audiophile. But after years of hearing DakePods talk about the Sennheiser HD600s as the benchmark for good sounding headphones, I had to see what he was talking about. Most reviews I've seen of these headphones talk about the sound quality. Obviously, they're audiophile headphones. And of course, I'll focus on that. But I also want to talk about what it's actually like to use these headphones as a normal person. Ancillary to that, I'll be talking about the FIO BTR5, which is the DAC/amp/Bluetooth adapter that I use for these headphones. Fit, in my opinion, is a make or break thing. If they don't fit and they hurt to wear, it doesn't matter how good they sound because you're never going to want to use them.
If they don't fit, they sound like sh**.
For example, my Beats EP. I stopped using my Beats as soon as I got my original AirPods because although I think the Beats sound a bit nicer, I couldn't wear them for more than 30 minutes without my ears feeling like they wanted to fall off. Not so with the HD600s. The foam cups are extremely soft, and since they are over-ear instead of on-ear, they don't clamp down on your ears nearly as hard.
I did notice that for the first few days they were very tight and start to hurt after a while, but after a few days the headband broke in with a little bit of persuasion, and now I barely even noticed them on my head. One thing to note, I had a beard for a little while I was using these headphones, and after a while the suede, is that the material, started to make my face itch a little bit. Definitely wasn't terrible, but it is noticeable. There are replacement cups out there that are made out of leather or something like that, but I haven't tested them for myself, so you should vet them before making any purchasing decisions because the material of the ear cup can change how the headphones sound. Overall, the HD600s are very comfortable, just with a few nitpicks. Usability is where many audiophile products start to fall short, and the HD600s are no different. Let's start with the things that you can't change. They're open back. As we'll discuss later, the fact that the HD600s are open back is actually a selling point, but for now, let's talk about the other side, the fact that it's also a pain point. If something's happening around you, you'll hear it. That means you can't take it on a plane, a train, or a loud city walking, because any noise that's coming on the outside will come right through the acoustically transparent mesh on the back of these headphones. It's like using transparency all the time. They also bleed a ton by nature, so people sitting around you will be able to hear exactly what you're listening to, which is very disconcerting. On the flip side of that, having open back headphones at home is great because you can hear other people and listening to what's going on around you without ever having to take the headphones off, something that's very important to me. On to the things that you can change. The cable. By default, the HD600s come with a 6-foot long cable. This can be a blessing if you want to plug these headphones into your computer and just walk around the room, but it's a curse if you want to plug it into literally anything else, or you're just sitting at your desk. I mean, I run over the cable all the time. However, since the cables are thankfully replaceable, you can find shorter replacements on Amazon or your vendor of choice. This also bodes well for the longevity of these headphones. However, as I said before, you should fully vet a cable before buying because it can change your experience. Let's move on to a thing that is a sticking point of the HD600s as well as many other high-end headphones, impedance and sensitivity. Impedance is the electrical resistance of the headphones, and in practical terms, higher ohms means more impedance. Many audiophile headphones have a very high impedance because it makes it easier for the headphones to reproduce the sound clearly and accurately, and the HD600s are no exception, requiring 300 ohms, meaning they're hungry boys. They're also relatively sensitive, with a sensitivity of 105 decibels, meaning you can plug it into your MacBook or other device of choice and still get relatively solid volume. However, doing this means that you'll be maxing out your volume pretty much all the time, so having an external amp/DAC is definitely advised. Most affordable amps are desktop amps, meaning they're big and you have to leave your headphones in one place. And so that's where the FIO BTR5 comes in.
This DAC/amp combo fits in the palm of your hand, comfortably powers the HD600s, and allows you to use your wired headphones in wired or wireless mode. It also makes the HD600s sound a little bit better, but we'll discuss that later. The BTR5 transforms these into much more usable headphones, ones that you want to break out while doing chores around the house, as I often do. You'll just have to find a place to stuff the cable if you do so. I generally stick it in my pocket.
As I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not an audiophile, so I'm really not the most qualified to talk about the sound quality of these headphones. Additionally, the nicest listening device I had before the HD600s were my AirPods Pro, so that's really my only reference. That being said, it would be criminal for me not to talk about the sound quality of the HD600s. Because after all, they are an audiophile product. They're designed to sound good. And let me just say it, holy shit, they sound incredible. Okay, got that out of the way. On to more descriptive words. The two things that stand out the most to me about the HD600 sound is the clarity and the soundstage. Let's talk about the clarity first. Since getting the HD600, I've noticed so many more details about songs that I never noticed before. And even in songs that aren't super detailed, everything just sounds crisp and, well, just so good. Now let's talk about the soundstage, how 3D the audio sounds. Since the HD600s are open-backed, meaning that there's no cover on the outside of the headphones, the soundstage, how 3D the audio sounds, is like nothing I've ever heard before. I'm really able to pinpoint where in space that each sound is coming from, and it's truly a different experience compared to something like the AirPods Pro. I believe the FiiO BTR5 helps out with this a little bit. Although the HD600s sound fantastic just coming straight out of my computer, I think the BTR5 adds just a little extra crispness to it and really takes it to another level. I'm not sure spending tons of money on amps and DACs is worth it, but I think it is worth it to have something. Let me address some of the sticking points of the sound, which I personally find to be non-issues. The first thing that I think is most often brought up is the lack of bass. By nature, open-backed headphones, since they have no cover, have less bass, because the bass just leaks out the other side instead of going straight into your ears. It's true, there isn't a ton of sub-bass, these aren't head shakers, but the bass on these headphones is so detailed and crisp that I've really never found myself wanting for more. When researching these headphones, I found some people online insisting that these headphones were honky. Now, I have no idea what the hell that means, so... Anyways, listening to the HD600s is truly an immersive experience that's on another level. Think you won't experience it? Yeah, neither did one of my closest friends until I made him try it, and, well, he did notice the difference. It's on another level entirely. For a more objective comparison of the HD600s, I suggest you check out Clinical or Artings, who have detailed measurements on the HD600s and basically every other headphone out there. So the question of the hour now comes to bear. Do I regret buying these headphones? Hell no, I don't. I use these headphones daily, sometimes for hours at a time. I'll be using them to edit this video, and while I was writing the script for the video, I was listening to them. But there are some things to consider before buying these headphones.
The first, naturally, is price. The Sennheiser HD600s retail for 5 cents under $400, although I found them for $318 at Sweetwater. Add the BTR5, which is another $130, and you're talking between $450 and $500, which is a lot of money.
For that money, let's talk about the default normie headphones.
The Bose Headphone 700, which go for $375, and the Sony W1000XM5s, which go for $399, and the AirPods Max, which goes for $550.
If you're even considering the HD600s, you can knock the Boses and Sonys right off the list. Despite having great noise cancellation, they just don't sound as good. And from reviews I've seen, they have super bloated bass. The AirPods Max, however, are a completely different story altogether, and in my opinion, it comes down to what you have already. I already had my AirPods Pro, which are my out and about listening experience. You can't really take the HD600s with you. But if you're considering buying a high-end pair of headphones and you have nothing right now, you might want to give the AirPods Max a shot. It's true that the HD600s sound better than the AirPods Max, but that comes at the high cost of portability. The HD600s, the most I can do with them is take them with me around the house and do chores with them, but I can't take them with me to school, on the plane, whatever. So at the end of the day, as most reviewers conclude, it's about your life and your circumstances and your use case, and I can't dictate that for you. You have to make that decision yourself. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. As always, you're watching Aaron, the Tech Guy.